Tragically, my entomology class was cancelled today, so let's talk about the L word. Lice? Wrong. We're talking about leprosy. So, leprosy is a pretty well-known bacterial-caused disease. It doesn't make your skin fall off. That is a myth that, I don't know where it got started, but your skin does not fall off due to leprosy. So leprosy is caused by a microbacterium leprae. It is pretty closely related to tuberculosis. They're in like the same family, whatever. So it's been around for a while, and historically it was heavily stigmatized because people didn't know what was up with it. So whenever you caught leprosy, you were immediately carted off to what were known as leper colonies, where basically it was just a bunch of people with leprosy all living together. So part of the reason that leprosy used to be so heavily stigmatized was because it had some very obvious and kind of unsightly symptoms. So symptoms of leprosy include things like skin discoloration, kind of lesions or open sores. There is sometimes occasionally like growths or ulcers on it, kind of like lumps and kind of discolored bumps. Again, a lot of skin discoloration and weird textures. Another one of the symptoms is it kind of causes numbness in the affected areas, usually limbs and stuff. So when people got injured on those areas, they didn't register a lot of the time. So their limbs started going completely numb, so if you got like a cut on your foot or something and didn't notice, then there was an increased chance of that getting infected, leading to like sepsis and necrosis and a potentially amputation, which may be the source of where the myth of your skin falling off comes from, just because it could lead to other infections that result in like amputation and stuff, but leprosy itself does not make your skin fall off. So again, kind of the main symptoms of this disease is mainly just skin disfiguration, which led to them, like the people having leprosy, being kind of obviously sick and therefore excluded from society. Now, leprosy is still prevalent today. I know there's been cases of people getting it from like armadillos, so like armadillos are a carrier for leprosy, be aware of that. Fortunately, it is not that contagious. Like, if you're around somebody with leprosy, if you're a safe distance from them, you will most likely not get infected. It is, like, not airborne. It's spread by droplets between people, that's the hypothesis. So if someone with leprosy, like, coughs or sneezes on you, you have a higher chance of getting it. However, now, since we know about medication and stuff, it is very easily treated with antibiotics. So even if you are infected by leprosy, if it's caught early enough, you likely will not have any of the, like, skin symptoms, like you won't have any lasting disfiguration from it. And if you don't get it caught quite as early, the symptoms can clear up and you're not really left with any lasting damage. So since leprosy is also a pretty slow disease, it doesn't just, like, bam, kill you. Most of the causes of people with leprosy, they usually survive for quite a long while after showing symptoms, like living and working many years, just living in their leper colonies for a long time. But most of the causes were eventual cardiovascular disease or organ failure, but that's after kind of a while. Historically, kind of one of the most common deaths associated with leprosy was actually suicide, due to them being excluded pretty much from the rest of the society, which is really bad, but luckily it is very easily treatable, so most people do not have any lasting social or physical effects from leprosy anymore, which is fortunate.